Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Mike and Garrett here today. Hello, Garrett.
Hey, how's it going?
How are you, my friend?
Oh, I'm here.
Can we do
I'm
just
on it.
Okay, all right, yeah. No eases today. That'll make a lot of you happy out there.
Yep.
Still dealing with a voice and touch of the hiccups today, which just came on. I started using those, those Zyn. You familiar with Zyn?
Yeah, the pouches.
Yeah, that are not tobacco, but they're just like nicotine pouches.
Yeah, they're like tobacco adjacent without the harmful tobacco, staining your teeth things.
Yeah, it's all like food approved bullshit, whatever. But I was like, I wonder what those are like, and they're not bad.
Yeah.
But I noticed they occasionally will give you the hiccups or something like that. So I think it's a fallout from that. But yeah, I got to do something. I just have to quit, tobacco, all that. But I see so many people doing the Zyn, and I went and I saw Ray up at the corner, and I was like, "What's up with the Zyn?" He's like, "Dude, I don't know what's going on," but he's like, he said, "I had these things forever and never sold a one, and now I can't keep them in stock."
You just get the right influencer to talk about them.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
Usually, I don't know who it was exactly, but it's something that's been popping up in my feed now. Like, hey, you need help quitting smoking? Try Zyn.
Yeah. And it's nice. You can just swallow it. You don't have to, it's not that,
it's not
dip
that
spit
weird.
is gross.
Yeah.
And, I do what you're going to do out there. I don't care. But I think we can all agree that smoking and dipping is kind of gross by their nature. But anyways, so maybe the hiccups have cleared up here. They don't usually last that long. It's not too bad.
Oh, lucky you.
Right when you got here, I was like, oh, fuck. We're about to go downstairs, and I got the worst things that you can happen to you as a talk show host is like your voice is bad or, you get the hiccups, stuff like
both.
that. Or both. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, you're stuck with it for now. Not you, but the people listening. So
They'll find it less annoying than the usual shows anyways.
Yeah, exactly. Isis isn't here today, so he's taking a pounding for his communist, libtarded takes on things. And it sucks because I know so many people like that mean well.
Yeah.
They mean well. It's just like for whatever reason, they struggle to play it further down the road as to what could be the problem with this long term. It's like, no, this is an easy fix for right now.
Yeah.
For this, who cares? And you're like, well.
It's like, sure, a small radio market's not that big of a deal if they do an all-black thing, but what if it becomes a bigger radio market, then it becomes a TV network, and then it becomes, hey, white people are not allowed to be hired at NBC or something.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how it goes. And they're already walking down that road with quotas and, military quotas. And the problem is, the people that bail on that stuff that go, no, bridge too far. I'm not doing it. You lose 7,000, military guys that go, I'm not taking your fucking COVID vax.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, all right, out. Well, that just means that anybody that would stand up for their rights aren't there anymore.
Well, what's funny about that is now the guys who left because they're not getting the vax, they're trying to offer them bonuses to come back.
Yeah.
They have extremely bad recruitment right now.
Yeah, terrible.
And as somebody who did join the military for a minute, it was back in 2016 before we were in multiple different wars with countries we shouldn't be in wars with.
Yeah.
It seems like a great idea, but nowadays, I don't know who would want to join up.
No, I wouldn't. It's like becoming a cop.
Yeah.
Like, why would you,
That's actually funny enough. I was going to try and become a cop, and then all the Floyd stuff happened. It was Trayvon Martin, and that stuff was going on. And that's what I was like, maybe I should go down the military route if I want to do some service and protect people.
Yeah, it's smart. And usually the military was just like off limits. It was its own entity, and you didn't bother with that shit. But seeing the woke initiatives going into that, it's like, okay, I hope you know what you're doing. I don't think you want a pussified military. The military has a very descriptive.
It was pretty pussified when I was in there.
Yeah, I'm sure. And you look at it, and it's like their job is they're a fucking killing machine.
Yeah.
That's what they are.
The whole military.
That's it.
Their whole point is, they say it's to protect the country, but we're in America. It's we don't really need very much protection right now.
Yeah. Not right
it's
here.
Go over there. Protect those people.
Yeah, and it's protect ourselves by, peace through strength type of thing.
And this isn't me shitting on the soldiers. I do respect the soldiers.
Of course.
It's the people controlling the soldiers.
No, the rank and file.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same thing. Rank and file, whether they're the FBI
they're mostly
or
just
any of
kids
those.
like me who are just like, hey, man, I got free college.
Yeah, free college, something to do.
Yep.
Well, I figured out. Most people don't know what the hell they're going to do.
You travel, you get your DD 214, and you live on that, basically.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
It's your exit papers, everything like that. It's basically what gets you your military discounts, your job placements, your anything that you
still
need
get
in life.
those?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't get any kind of discounts or anything like that. I don't go for it. I wasn't in long enough, so I don't try and claim anything. I got a medical separation in boot camp. So I was in there for all of 2 months.
Well, that's what happens when you're limp-wristed.
Yeah.
You end up breaking your fucking wrist.
Yep.
Yeah, of course.
In the Navy, of all places, too. I think a gay guy like me would fit in.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, exactly.
I was too limp-wristed for him.
Yeah, that sucks, man. But you're not going to be accused of stolen valor.
No.
At least.
No, I've been accused of that before, but...
Have you?
Yeah. Funny enough, before I was ever in the military, I buy a lot. I like old war. I like old military stuff. I found a Vietnam era Marines jacket in the Salvation Army one day, and I'm like, this is a fucking treasure to me.
Yeah.
$20. So I bought the motherfucker,
it.
brought it home. Yeah. I removed the military patches from it personally because I know those are not ranks I earned. You know, it's important to military people that you earn your rank.
Yeah.
So I removed the military patches and everything. I replaced them with my own patches, just little punk stuff like that, whatever. The only thing that said it was a military coat was the style of the coat, and then the inside had a little tag that said who it used to belong to, which I thought was fucking cool.
Yeah.
I was walking into a Phoenix Theater in Livonia, and some guy stops me. He goes, "Where'd you get that coat?" And I'm like, "The Salvation Army." He goes, "You earn the right to wear that coat?" I'm like, what do you mean? Like, was I in fucking Vietnam? Were you in Vietnam? Because he was all of like 25. He had a fucking Marines coat on, whatever. It's like a bomber jacket.
Yeah.
He's like, "You're in the right to wear that coat?" I'm like, "I got it at the fucking Salvation Army." Like, I just kept walking into the theater after that. I just yelled at him, like, "Fuck you."
Yeah. That's funny. They go a little far with it. Some of those videos are hilarious.
Yeah.
Though, when people actually try to get away with it.
When you get the one who's actually trying to get away with stolen valor, it's really funny.
Yeah, those are hilarious videos. You can find them all over online, but they're a riot. Anyway, why don't we get into what's going on in the world? I've got a lead story here that is very reminiscent of the discussion we got into yesterday with Rob Parker and starting a sports station that is only hiring black talent.
It's almost like they're going a little bit further than we thought.
Yeah, and the jokes are going to come. You know, they're going to come from that. I know, gross, but they are. And, you know, that's just, you know, I had a few doozies in my head, you know, about what the call letter should be, stuff like that. Yeah. And
I'm excited.
I'll let you take it from there. I'm not even going to bother.
I should have brought my pass today, shouldn't I?
Yeah. But you can imagine if you have all black talent, what could those call letters be? You know, anyways, you know, those things are going to happen, though, when you do that, when you deliberately take and separate races, it's going to lead to a lot of people making jokes about it. So, and if that makes someone super racist for noticing
and cracking a joke or two,
fucking so be it. Whatever. You're the one that decided to do that, not me.
You pointed it out. I just made the joke.
Yeah, exactly. And I can't help it. Some of us have pretty dark senses of humor, and it goes there from time to time. So, anyways, we've got a theater production about race, identity, and sexuality in the 21st century America. Will be put on a couple nights just for black audiences.
Ooh.
Yeah. And because they want audiences to be free from the white gaze.
Aren't they supposed to be staring at the stage?
Yeah, I would think.
Now, are we saying white gays like Vision or white gay people?
No,
like, am I not
gay
allowed
people.
in particular? Okay.
No, this one's with a Z.
Okay.
The white gaze. So I imagine, what would that be? Like if you're watching some theater about race, identity, and sexuality, what would the white gaze be looking around like I bet that's one of them.
I was going to say, like, I could understand if it was like you're walking down the street and a black guy's going the other way and you're kind of watching him a little bit. Like, what's he going? Where's he going? Like, that'd be a little bit of a white gaze. Like, hey, man, you don't have to watch him. He's fine. He's going about his business.
I just didn't know this was a real thing in a theater. But
you're supposed to be looking at the stage.
It's called Slave Play. Stars Kit Harington. Best known as Jon Snow.
I've done some slave play. No, I'm sorry, wrong kind.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about your slave play. That's the last thing I want to hear about, Garrett, honestly. But Jon Snow in Game of Thrones. Were you a Game of Thrones fan?
No, I never watched it. I tried for a second, fell off.
It gets really good.
Yeah.
Actually, this is, I believe, a Game of Thrones sweatshirt that's super overpriced. I got this a couple years ago. I want to say it's like a $200-300 sweatshirt, believe it or not, some stupid thing.
Damn.
I didn't buy it. It was a gift.
Yeah, I was going to say $200-300. Better be soft.
Yeah, exactly. It's nothing special. But I believe, if you can see it, if anyone's watching us on YouTube, I believe it's Game of Thrones related. I'm not sure. It doesn't say it on it, but that's what
I think I've
told.
seen that before. It is.
Yeah, I think so, and I don't care. I just wear shit because it fits.
Exactly.
That's basically it.
I'm in my work uniform. You're good.
Yeah, exactly. Gallagher.
Yep.
Fire Equipment in Livonia.
Yep.
Fine folks over there at Gallagher Fire Equipment in Livonia.
That's my company. Now you know to send the hate mail too when I fuck up.
Yeah, exactly.
Get me canceled there.
No, don't you dare.
No, they're actually pretty good.
Yeah, I bet they are. Yeah,
if they're
involved
it's a blue
in
collar
fire
company.
equipment, yeah, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
So stars Kit Harington coming to the Noel Coward Theatre. Kind of sounds appropriate,
Yeah.
right? The Coward Theatre in London's West End.
They're afraid of white people.
From June 29th to September 21st. But on the evenings of July 17th and the 17th of September, the theater will be open to an all-black identifying audience.
I identify as black for this show.
Okay, can you do that?
They said identifying. They didn't say you have to be black.
It's
you have to
quoted.
have black skin.
All black identifying audience.
If I show up in blackface and identifying as black, am I black according to their rules?
Yes. I mean, what if you just went and just went, yeah, I'm a super light skin.
I'll walk up there.
Go black. Yeah. So I don't know exactly what that means. If that's their way of going, well, I mean, if it could be a white guy identifying as a black guy. Is that a thing now? I think that would get you your ass kicked.
Just Rachel Dolezal my way in there.
Yeah, exactly. It worked for her.
Yeah, she's still going.
One senior Tory MP raised questions over the decision to bar white people from the show, saying, I understand the subject matter of the show may have particular resonance for some, but would simply question the legality of this. Yeah, I would too. In other circles, it would be illegal and racial discrimination. I don't understand why this isn't. Well, I hope you can figure out an answer to that, because a lot of us are wondering that.
I can figure it out. It's because it's against white people.
Yeah,
it's okay to be racist against white people. They already said that.
Exactly. Playwright Jeremy O'Harris told the BBC he was so excited to put on nights in the West End where tickets were only sold to people who identify as black. It's a necessity to radically invite them in with initiatives that say you're invited, specifically you. How panderous.
Yeah.
Ugh.
What about Asians? Are they allowed to? Because they're technically a minority. Hispanics?
They are, but they're not black.
Yeah, but
and they don't typically like each other, as far as I can tell.
No, I get
just
that.
from an outside
I'm just saying,
perspective.
I think there's less Asians than black people. I might be able to look that up real quick, but
yeah, it's probably getting pretty close now. But yeah, the Asians are. Most of them are out west, all over the Bay Area. You can go days without seeing a white guy.
Oh, yeah, they got to work the railroads up there.
And good luck finding all the blacks. I don't know, maybe they're all in Oakland or something. But
yeah, actually,
you don't see them all over.
The Asians are 6.3%. American Indians are 1.3%. Blacks are 13%.
Okay.
And whites are 75%. Still on top.
Yeah, there you go. It's going to be a minute before they can root us all out.
Oh, yeah.
They're trying. Slave Play, written by Jeremy O'Harris, was a huge hit, but was also controversial. Some argue the play surrounding 3 interracial couples attempting to reinvigorate their relationships while role-playing being on a plantation. Sounds like just normal behavior for interracial couples.
Okay.
Made light of chattel slavery and left at least one audience member offended and traumatized. Well, if there's one. We've got to do something about that. One of the things we have to remember is that people have to be radically invited into a space to know that they belong there. And in most places in the West, poor people and black people have been told that they do not belong inside the theater. First off, poor people are denied lots of things.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not just black people. Like, poor people don't go in the theater because they can't afford to get in.
Exactly. Life isn't free
no.
for the most part. So poor people are denied lots of shit.
Oh yeah.
And even when they get shit, it's the throwaway aspect of it all. They're not getting the premium. They're not.
No, you're getting what's kind of coming off the rich guy's back end.
You're sitting at the toilet seat on the Spirit flight.
Yeah.
You're not in the first class of the big.
You're not kicking back with the nice the nice recliner seats.
No,
you're sitting there with a baby screaming in the seat behind you and somebody kicking your seat in front of you.
Yeah, and so poor people are treated lesser than all the time. And whether that's right or wrong, there's always going to be a version of haves and have-nots, though. That's true the world over, always has been, always will be, So for me, as someone who wants and yearns for black and brown people to be in the theater, who comes from a working class environment, who wants people who do not make 6 figures to feel like theater is a place for them, it is a necessity to radically invite them in with initiatives that say you're invited to. Asked if it didn't make him uncomfortable that in turn it was telling white people they weren't allowed in the space. He responded, "There are a litany of places in our country that are generally only inhabited by white people, and nobody's questioning that. Nobody is saying that by inviting black audiences here, you are uninvited." Well, the difference is in those white spaces.
Yeah, black people are totally allowed in those white spaces.
Absolutely. There's not a single white space.
They might get treated a little weird, getting towards the boonies of like southern states. But
maybe. And even that's generalizing on some level. But, it's not something where it's like, whoa, stop.
Whites only.
Whites only from this point forward. Like, no, that doesn't exist. And for very good reason. This idea that you're trying to take it back, decades into a place where you're comfortable just going, oh, no, only, in this case, blacks. Well, what about your next play about plantation owners? Is it whites only on certain nights?
I love black people playing plantation owners.
Playing what?
The plantation owners. Too.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
just do this whole reverse race. And they'll have the plantation owners owning the white people slaves. And that will be the progressive.
That'll be the progressive version of the dream, if you will. The idea of a blackout night is to say that this is a night we are specifically inviting black people to fill up the space to feel safe with a lot of other black people in a place where they often do not feel safe.
Well, considering black on black crime rates, I don't feel like they should be safe in there. You should probably feel a little less safe in there, to be honest.
The least safe you've ever felt, in fact. But this idea that black people feel unsafe in a theater, really? I don't know where you're getting that from. No. Is this invented in your head? Have you asked all the black people this, how they feel? Do they feel safe in certain spaces? Let's not act like we don't know that culturally white audiences, black audiences respond to things differently. Yeah, one doesn't shut the fuck up in a theater, typically.
Yeah.
There's that. And then he mentions it. He spoke of a history in black American audiences where a call and response was common. For example, agreeing it could be a bit noisier experience. Oh, yeah. So
I bet.
So the black people are a little rowdier.
They're yelling a couple things at the play?
At the play, the screen, whatever it may be. Because, I don't know that was a call and response. We've got a title for that now to normalize it. Is that what we're doing?
I guess.
Because it's usually just fucking annoying when people won't shut up in a movie theater.
Oh, yeah. Black, white, doesn't matter what you are. If you're talking during a theater, I'll make comments. Never goes loud.
Yeah.
I'll whisper to the person next to me.
Yeah, sure.
Anything more than that, dude, I will turn around and beat your ass.
White audiences in the West have decided to stay quiet and respond with politeness to anything they see in front of them. It wasn't always that way in the past. For slave play, they would have over 200 tickets a week that would cost just $1 in a bid to be accessible to those in poorer backgrounds. Yeah, they're going to love that. They're going to regret that.
Oh, yeah.
Behaviors are totally different, and I think theater audiences want the quiet. They want you paying attention. They want you behaving a certain way.
Yep.
And I don't know that that's what they're going to get.
Like high-scale style things. Because I haven't been to too many plays, but I've been to, a couple local theater plays. You usually have to kind of like, even local theater, you kind of got to look nice. So like if you walk in there looking like a punk who just got off his job or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe you get the white gaze.
Yeah, you get a little gaze from
you get a little bit of the white gaze.
All of them. And that's just the way they are. That goes for fucking white trash, too, by the way. That's not just like...
You can't just sit in the theater with your beer gut hanging out like, fuck their shit.
Yeah, no, they don't want you yelling at the performance. That's the way it is. So he goes on to tell The Guardian, there's a lot of people making theater now who think commercial theater can only be made if you have someone who's on the biggest TV show or the biggest movie ever with the marquee name as the reason you buy the ticket. I don't believe in that. You hired Kit Harington to play your lead.
Yeah.
Fuck are you talking about? Dude, do you even hear yourself? No. You hired Kit Harington, Jon Snow, from the biggest show in the world.
White guy, by the way.
White guy, absolutely. It's just unbelievable to me, these people. And it's ironic. Historically, the most discriminating, snobbish, boorish one-percenters of all, theater snobs.
Yeah.
That's who they are. They're trying to wash themselves of that well-earned reputation, by the way, by doing shit like this. Pandering to poor black people for a night or two. It's disgraceful. It's shameful. It's
annoying.
It is. Not that I'm dying to go see their stupid play anyways, or
anyone's
like
play
a big
for that
old pandering
mess.
Yeah, I've been to a few plays. I've been to Broadway, And I never feel comfortable there. I completely feel out of place and feel like there's a gaze and a judgment eyes. And it's not from white people. It's from 1%ers.
Exactly.
It's from elitists that occupy those spaces.
And that's what I think a lot of these problems are.
Yeah. And most of them are white, but it's not about the whiteness. It's about those people know that they're better than you. They're in a better place than you. They frequent the theater district.
They have more.
Yeah, they have a lot.
They live in
more.
Franklin, Michigan.
Yeah, right.
Sorry.
Believe me, I'm the one thing that doesn't belong.
I was going to say, I've driven around the neighborhood a little bit. I'm like, holy shit, that's a house?
Yeah, go a couple blocks over, dude. It's insane.
I heard Illich is around here, right?
Dan Gilbert is.
Gilbert is too, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if Illich is in Franklin.
I don't know. My boss lives out in this area, and he's telling me about all his neighbors. So he's like, oh, I go that way when I go home from work all the time.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, it makes you look around.
He is a multimillionaire.
Yeah, I am not. So I don't belong here. I bought at the right time.
Let's
just say that.
I'd say hold on to it for now.
For now, that's the plan. Getting some work done. So
yep.
These stories that keep coming up like this is just a way to slowly, in my humble opinion, make it so that it's easier to pull this shit going forward. And again, while you might have the right intentions, maybe your heart's in the right place. You're some soft libtard fuck who thinks this is good. Yeah, exactly. You're not understanding how important precedent is. When you set precedent, it's like, well, they did it. We all need to be treated fairly.
Yep.
You're opening the door for the discussion of something you really don't want to introduce into.
Starts with theater, ends with NBA games.
Yeah. And who knows where it ends? Because I'm always shocked at who they want to do this for.
Yeah.
Like if you want to let poor people in and you go, we're having dollar night, for the theater. Don't identify it as black.
Yeah, don't say it's Black Night.
Don't call it Black Night. Don't do shit like that. Just be like, because believe me, the snobs that frequent the theater in the West End of London or Broadway, they ain't going on dollar night.
No.
They know what kind of riffraff in their world that's going to attract.
That's what they're calling. And I'm sure they're using harder words, let's be honest.
Maybe, but, they're not going there on dollar night. They're just fucking not. They're not going to dress up and show up for the riffraff night, for poor people night. They're gonna probably demand that their favorite theater, have some cleaning company come in and wash all the seats.
Stanley Steamer's got to go in there before they can.
Exactly, before we'll come back in here. So you don't have to just be like, oh, just black people. Well, why wouldn't the Asians go? Well, where's Asian night? Yeah, I want to be away from the white.
Where's
gaze.
Latinx night?
Latinx night.
Latinx.
I just want my people here. I don't want that uncomfortable white gaze, whatever the fuck that is. You're being stared at. Maybe it's for the outfit you're wearing. Maybe it's for how you're not dressed appropriately for this event,
Mom just sent me a $10 super chat, by the way.
Oh, nice.
So thanks to my mom. She just did it to roast me, by the way. Garrett, you will not beat anyone's ass. You are a non-confrontational chicken. Love, Mom.
Okay, that's probably fair. She would know. Moms know.
I'm going to be honest. I won't kick anyone's ass. I'll probably just kind of say some things in my head, come up with a couple of jokes, and tell somebody later how cool it was that I said these things.
Sure. We all get that.
Oh, yeah.
As long as you thought them in the moment, you're good. As long as you thought the jokes. You can't think of them an hour later and go, fuck, why didn't I say that?
No, those are the worst when you're in the shower that night and you're just like, fuck, I could have won the argument.
Oh, yeah. It's a nightmare. It sucks. That's the worst feeling ever. I feel sad for, the West and what it's going through right now. And it's a lack of, of anything real to bitch about, that we're inventing shit to bitch about just to bitch about it.
Yeah.
And behaving in this sort of way. And I see right through a snob like this who's putting on his theater play, whether he's trying to get press by doing something, so progressive, virtue signal from
it's usually over the top artistic bullshit anyways that I don't want to be a part of.
Exactly. That's true. But I can promise you 95% of the people listening to us right now would not feel comfortable in those fucking theaters to begin with. They're stuffy, snobbish, boorish people.
No, last time I had to get dressed up for a theater show was the Nutcracker, and I was probably 13, 14. I fell asleep the whole time.
Yeah,
I slept through the entire Nutcracker.
Of course, like most 13-year-olds would.
It's a good I went
and saw Kinky Boots.
Oh, there you
go. In New York, and I thought it was fine. It was good. It was entertaining, and I got free fucking tickets because I do a talk show. Although I wasn't going to pay $200 for a single ticket to see Kinky Boots on Broadway. No. So, I secured free tickets, and Beth and I went, and it was great.
Perfect.
And, of course, I felt uncomfortable the whole time.
Yeah,
of course I did.
Crammed into a suit.
Yeah. No, I didn't wear a suit.
They didn't cram me in a suit. That would have been funny.
No, I didn't wear a suit. But, I could say I did it. I went to Broadway and saw a play. Yeah. It was like check it off the list, whatever. But at no time did I feel comfortable in there.
Yeah.
We've got a Seattle comedy club. They have abruptly canceled 4 comedian shows, citing the neighborhood's progressive values. So, yeah, we can't have certain comedians. Capitol Hill Comedy Bar, go there now if you want, because my guess is they won't be open very long.
No, not if you're canceling pretty good comedians from what I saw.
Yeah. So they dropped shows from April to October for comedians Dave Smith. I believe Dave is part of the Legion of Skanks.
I think so. It
podcast.
Sounds very familiar right now.
Louis J. Gomez, Jim Florentine, and Kurt Metzger.
They're all Legion of Skanks.
Is Florentine? I know Metzger's a guest on there and friends with all those guys. Florentine's been on this show. I've talked to Jim before.
Yeah.
He's a New York comic. A lot of people.
Not Florentine. I got him confused with Big J. Okerson.
He's
Big
the
J. 4th guy in the Legion.
Funny shit.
Oh yeah, he's hysterical.
Man. We went and saw him and Ari Shaffir and.
Ooh, that'd be a good show already.
Yeah, it was Ari, Big J, and what's his name? Fucking fat guy, bald, New York. He's been on here a bunch.
Bob Kelly?
Bob Kelly.
Yeah.
And
great show.
Bobby Kelly. And yeah, it was. It was a great show. And Okerson headlined it.
Yeah.
And it was like, holy shit. I had no idea. I'd never seen him do stand-up. Never watched him. But yeah, he was fantastic. He was really good.
Yeah, his stuff's really good.
2 of the comedians, Florentine and Metzger, shared the email that said that they said they received from the comedy club informing them their shows were canceled. The club called it a challenging situation.
Mentally challenged situation.
Yeah, key distinction, but very true. Said it considered the matter with investors, local comedians, and neighborhood advocacy groups. Yuck. Wait, you're talking, okay, when you say local comedians, you mean fucking...
They're just mad they didn't get the stage that
They
night.
didn't get the stage time. So when you say local comedians, you're talking about open micers.
Yeah.
Is what you're talking
Guys
about.
who make too many Philadelphia jokes, or wherever it's coming from. It's like people who make too many jokes about the city they're in that they're never going to hit the road with.
Yeah, that they can't hit the road with because it won't work anywhere else. Advocacy groups, those are the biggest buzzkills on planet Earth.
Yeah.
They would think the most vanilla comic on planet Earth was too racy or too offensive.
Well, if you have to make a whole group to tell people what's racist, you got to find a reason to have that group. So you're going to start drawing at straws every once in a while.
Exactly. I've just never heard of a club reaching out to fucking neighborhood advocacy groups and open micers to decide which national talent is allowed to perform in your club.
Yeah, don't
like
listen
those
to them.
are all well-known names.
Those guys are
famous
world. And can bring in crowds for a reason. That's why you bring them to your city and your club. You get money.
They said in their statement, Capitol Hill is known for its progressive values, and we've received significant feedback expressing concerns about the alignment of these upcoming shows with the neighborhood's ethos. The feedback includes concerns from local advocacy groups that are deeply embedded in our community. Yeah, they're destroying your community, you fuck.
Oh, yeah.
You morons.
Actually, Cliff Cook here has a good point. We said Metzger was talking about this on the Jimmy Dore show.
I saw that.
Yep, I guess the place is right by the Chaz Chop area in Seattle.
It is. Yes. So they're deeply embedded in our community and work towards upholding its values. This decision was not made lightly, and we want to ensure it does not reflect on your talent and the quality of your work, but is instead a reflection of our commitment to our community's values.
I got very thin skin.
The club added that it would refund people's tickets for these events and promised that we truly value the art of comedy and the diverse perspective it brings.
No, if you value the art of comedy, you let comedians tell jokes.
Holy shit.
That's the art of comedy.
How do you write that with a straight face?
Like,
honestly,
the whole art of comedy is written because it's, hey, these are issues we have in society. Let's laugh at them for a little bit.
Yeah. Comedians by nature, by title, are counterculture.
Yeah.
Like, so you basically want them to conform to whatever your stupid little fucking Seattle values are in this little town, and otherwise you can't perform here. Boy, that really speaks to the diverse perspectives in comedy, doesn't it?
I was going to say, I want to know what like Carlin and Pryor would have said about this shit.
Oh, my God.
You want to talk about diverse people with diverse perspectives?
Yeah.
Those are some legends.
Yeah, exactly. And it's better off for these guys. You might as well close a club like this because it'll be gone in
They don't
no
want to
time.
be at that club anyways now.
No. Florentine said, I guess I need to clean up my act. Metzger expressed how hilarious he found the decision. I'm sorry, but this is too funny not to immediately put on blast. Also, am I mistaken that this club is in Seattle's historic Chaz district? Thank you, George Floyd, for the fun I'm about to have with this on Twitter. Yeah, it is located in the former Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, or Chaz.
Yep.
Chad, I don't remember what.
It was Chaz.
Chop.
Chop.
It was Chaz and Chop. Yeah. 6-block area leftists, anti-police protesters barricaded and declared autonomous after George Floyd died.
And then had the highest murder rate in the entire fucking planet for
country.
all of about a day.
Yeah. It was hilarious. They immediately overtaken by abusive military.
There was a couple SoundCloud
presence.
rappers with a lot of guns.
Yeah.
Turns out when they have the guns and you don't, they take the power.
Yeah, they took the power immediately. They were abusive, beating the shit out of people.
A lot of rapes,
making sure everybody had ID, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah,
because,
the ID you at the border.
Yeah, is an ID racist?
Yeah.
That's what we were learning on one hand, but then the Chaz Chop district, they were able to card everybody, beat people, and become the murder capital on planet Earth within 48 hours.
Yep.
Which was hilarious. And those businesses were held hostage in that 6-block radius. Like, nobody could go in there.
Yep.
And nothing's ever been done about that.
No, we didn't. You don't talk about it anymore. They just try and sweep it away. Like, that didn't happen.
It's, again, utter embarrassment that this shit is going on with these clowns. And by the way, they immediately had signs out asking for handouts. They wanted smokes. They wanted lighters.
No, get it yourself. You're your own country now.
Yeah, exactly. Negotiate with another country and have some shit brought in. But yeah, they wanted every vice that was bad for you. They wanted clean needles and they wanted fucking alcohol. Like, nothing that would help build a good
I honestly would have just
community.
airdropped all that in there. I'm like, here you go, guys.
Yeah,
have the fucking greatest time. Knock yourselves out, literally and figuratively.
It was an upscale homeless camp.
Oh, yeah, and then Cliff said, don't forget the vegan food they asked for.
Oh, they were asking for vegan food. Yeah, of course. Of course. Anything else, kings and queens?
Well, none of them knew how to grow any plants.
No, they tried to do it at one point. I believe that was the place where they set cardboard down and put dirt on it and tried to grow plants.
They could root in cardboard.
Yeah, because that was going to work real well. Fucking absolute degenerates. Again, I know it's not a popular opinion, but if we could just delete, like when
that's what I meant by let's airdrop. You know what? It's not even that we're deleting them. If we just airdrop them all the drugs they want, they'll delete themselves in a minute.
That's true, but they'll reproduce in the meantime.
Yeah,
we might have to just start deleting. Like if we could take a national poll and 90% of the country agrees, that piece of shit will never aspire to anything, will never contribute to society. This person, on the whole, for their entire life, will be nothing but an anchor and a drain to all of society.
Yep.
Can we just delete this now?
Yeah.
This is going nowhere good.
Throw a Twitter poll up.
Yeah, before it kills someone, before it sells drugs to your fucking kid, before it lives out what it's going to be, which is a historic bummer and loser. Can we just fucking off them? I think we'd be much further along as a society.
A 20-mile long rap sheet, and it includes things like murder and rape and things. It's like, how the fuck are you walking around today?
I don't understand it. I don't get it. And then you see someone who posts a meme and they get 20 years in prison.
I just got a fucking Instagram strike today for a comment about just complaining about the roads.
What?
Yeah, because there was a little post about like an accident on Telegraph. I'm like, man, I never.
Did you blame like the blacks or something?
No. I think I just said fuck too many times, like twice.
Everybody says that.
That's what I thought. This whole thing was about an accident where some people died. I'm like, oh, that's awful. And I literally put in the comment, I was just, dude, I never take Telegraph after dark for whatever reason. It just becomes a shit show. Like, I've almost been hit on that road a couple times. I watched accidents happen in front of me. I just avoid it after dark. I don't know what happens, but that's it.
Yeah.
So I was just saying, you know, like,
where on Telegraph though, specifically?
Usually out in the Troy area, all the way towards Livonia, like in that big stretch.
Yeah.
So it's like, that was my comment. It's like,
what did they
Telegraph.
say? You've gone against community standards?
Yeah, they said I went against community. I think the comment that was on my little post, like what they were saying was, man, I screenshot it actually because it was impressive.
Did you screenshot what they said or what you said?
Both.
Okay. All right. Let me.
Because what I said was not bad. So my comment was, my partner just moved up here, and one of my biggest driving tips was don't go near Telegraph after dark. And then the post was actually on the Lodge, but it's at the Telegraph interchange.
Ugh, even worse, the Lodge.
I know. And I said, I know this is the Lodge near the ramps, not actually Telegraph, but she already sent me this, like, oh, what the fuck? You were being serious? I don't know what it is, but after sunground, Telegraph becomes a nightmare of careless drivers and people who don't know that the road's under constant construction. They need to heed the signs.
Yeah.
In one night from coming home from work, I merely got T-boned by a guy coming out of a gas station. Then a mile up the road, I watched an SUV drive right over the hood of a coupe on the turnaround. Y'all need to chill. Also, fuck Ford Road. Anytime, night or day, fuck Ford Road. I'm out in the Canton area especially.
Yeah.
That was my whole comment. Instagram said, we removed your content. It looks like you tried to get likes, follows, or shares or views in a misleading way.
What?
You tell me.
I don't even know what that means. What do you mean you're trying to get them in a misleading way?
No, it just says my content went against community guidelines on spam.
Did you report it? Like
I didn't even care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
How many Instagram dings do you get before?
I don't know how many you get. I do know I get comments removed almost every other day now.
Really?
Yeah, I think they watch my account now with any comments I put up, and it's just because I say fuck a lot.
I don't think that's the reason, Garrett.
Maybe not.
Honestly, people say fuck all the time.
And that's what I see. And this was on a post of like an
I
accident.
didn't even pick up that you said fuck a lot in there.
That's what I thought. So I don't know what it is exactly, but something's on my account that's watching it.
Wow. Yeah. Sounds like they're being really
I'm under surveillance.
That.
They're after me, Mike.
Yeah, they're after all of us. Don't worry, it's not just
the deep state.
I've got a story coming up about flags.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Fags or flags?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pride flags and all that kind of stuff. And there was a ruling in Tennessee that they're trying to get through. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
But first, New York City Mayor Eric Adams said this week that the illegal alien crime in the city was getting so bad, officials need to look at modifying the city's sanctuary status so that local law enforcement can cooperate with federal immigration officials to deport violent criminals. No,
I thought no human was illegal.
Yeah, no, that's what they say. That's what they say before you truck a bunch of them into your neighborhood, and then they're like, "Oh shit, this really sucks." To me, I'm like, you know what? Bring this up with us next year. How about you keep that sanctuary status you bragged about and tried to look down on anybody who didn't approve of it for.
Get mad at Texas for busting them up there, even though they claim to be a sanctuary city.
Yeah, exactly. And you made us all believe, oh, they're just playing pawn,
chess with these poor innocent people.
Game. Yeah, bullshit. No, you want to act like this is normal, and you want to act like you're 2,500 miles away, so you can just say
it's different when it's Texas' problem.
Yeah, when it's Arizona's problem, Texas' problem, you got no problem. In fact, you're going to fucking try to shame them into just handling it. You don't get to dump 8 million people into the country in one foul swoop and just let Texas and Arizona deal with it.
Yeah.
That is wholly not fair.
Especially when a lot of this is actually a federal problem, considering it's the national border.
Yeah, exactly. One of the few jobs they're supposed to do. No. I think you should keep your sanctuary status, asshole, at least for another year, just to remind you what it's like when you go on your soapbox and brag about being a sanctuary city. And now we're seeing how devastating it is to every one of these cities, whether it's Denver or Chicago or San Francisco or LA or, here in New York. That good.
Not Detroit.
No, not Detroit.
Detroit's safer than a lot of cities these days.
I know. Detroit, the fact that Detroit's name is not mentioned a lot tells you someone's doing something right.
Because Detroit's historically the joke of the world. Send them to Detroit. That's the joke.
We should not be allowing people who are repeatedly committing crimes to remain here and cannot collaborate with ICE in the process. Duh. Some of us have been saying that all along, Mayor Adams. Those who are committing crimes, we need to modify the sanctuary city law. No, you don't need to modify it. You need to eliminate it.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do. If you commit a felony, violent act, we should be able to turn you over to ICE and have you deported. Yeah, how come so many of us normal, stupid people were able to see exactly how this would play out, but you fucking morons weren't? I'm sorry. I have zero sympathy, empathy, compassion for New Yorkers.
I don't
Fuck
either.
them.
Not at this point.
None.
I think Denver, all the ones who didn't agree with that
like
left.
that? Yeah, of course. A lot of them are. They're leaving in droves. I don't feel bad for any of these virtue signaling asshole cities, all led by the same people.
Oh, yeah.
It's just it's all the same in each one of these markets.
Usually Democrat run.
100%.
Oh yeah.
None of this is going on in red states. It's just not. I'm sorry. I mean, red states maybe, but blue cities.
Yeah.
I don't know how you thought this was going to play out, why you thought this would be a good idea, but now it only took you a year and a half, Mayor Adams, but now you're going, oh, we might need to change this. This is outrageous. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
How come we could all see it coming and you couldn't? Crazy.
They didn't want to see it coming because that would have been racist, and they don't want to get called racist, especially not in public office.
Yeah.
He's not getting his re-election if he gets that dag.
No, it's all political moves, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's like, oh, these people don't want this? Well, then we do. It's like cutting off your nose to spite your face. Biden, by eliminating all the fucking things that Trump put in place with border security, sanctions,
tearing apart the wall and selling the parts out.
Yeah, all of that was done to spite yourself.
They were bragging about tearing the wall down, and now they're like, we need to put the wall back up.
Now we need to put the wall back up. And you're going to see it get worse and worse. They're going to pretend like they give a shit about this because you're, 9 months out from an election or whatever it is. And you're going to see it. They're going to pretend like they actually give a shit about
he was doing it the whole time.
Yeah.
You just didn't know.
Yeah, exactly. And Trump magically, with no power, was behind it all. He was holding me back.
Trump 3 years out of his presidency.
Yeah. Still all his fault, though. Don't make no mistake about it. Biden can't do anything without Trump. So, all right, to the flags. To the flag.
Rusty Shackelford commented in Mike Missay blows libtard cock.
This is true.
Yep.
There's even he would agree with that. Thank you for the comment. I appreciate it. I don't know what it has to do.
It's getting a lot of likes too.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, people around here are kind of pissed at Mike Missay. There's no doubt about that.
Great musician.
Yeah.
His takes are a little brain dead, but great musician.
I really just want to be friends with people too. Just like as much as I can. Like, this doesn't help to be warring with anybody. And it doesn't help us in any way. And Mike means well. He's a little fucking squirrely. Yeah. No doubt about it. Yeah. Very emotional.
Most musicians are.
I know a lot of musicians, and they're not quite that emotional.
Okay, not that emotional.
No. But I understand. I understand why people got mad at him, and I've told them that, So,
yep. And he's going to stay in his own ways. He'll be like, well, they can stay mad.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
okay.
He's fought back. He's
Carry
a lawyer.
on, man. Yeah.
He's still at the end of the day, he's a fucking lawyer, so he still has that fight in him.
Yeah.
They can never be wrong. But okay, the Tennessee State House passed a bill yesterday that would prohibit the flying of any flag other than the American flag and a few other official flags in public school classrooms, legislation that was sparked by the prevalence of pride flags in recent years. So we've seen this everywhere, popping up in classrooms.
All school classrooms.
Yeah. The bill states that, in part, that it is prohibited for it to display a flag other than the following on or in a public school. 1, the U.S. flag, 2, the official Tennessee state flag, and 3, a flag that cannot be disturbed or altered pursuant to the law relevant to Tennessee heritage protection. So that means like the Palmia flag, that kind of thing. and several other flags that are acceptable to fly in schools. The bill introduced by Republican State Rep Gino Bulso passed with a 70-24 vote along party lines, of course. All Dems voted against it.
Yeah.
They all want, we
they
need
want the gay
pride
flags.
flag.
We got to make everyone gay.
We need the gay flags.
But if your kid shows up with a Gradston flag, he's racist, send him home.
Get rid of him. He shows up with a
"Don't
comes up
tread
to
on
second,
me" 8th grade with a fucking Confederate, send him home.
Get him out of
Racist.
here. Yeah, how are we going to indoctrinate your children if we don't have pride flags all over the classroom?
Yeah.
This is part of our learning
normal.
material. We have to normalize everything. And I'll show you examples of how far it's gotten in a second. And this is nothing new to you, Garrett. You understand that.
I've seen a lot of these flags before.
Bolso brought the bill forward as a result of parents who were concerned about flying the pride flags in class. On the House floor, Bolso rhetorically asked if parents have the right to teach a particular set of values to their own kids. If you have parents across the state who want to instill in their children values represented by the pride flag, they are certainly entitled to do that.
Yeah.
On the other hand, if you have parents who want to instill values in their children that are not consistent with the values represented by the pride flag, they have the ability to do that
So
too.
it sounds like a mild just, hey, do it in your own house.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not saying you can't be gay. Just, hey,
Yeah.
if you want to worship a pride flag, do it at home.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what it feels like. It does feel like a religion at this point.
Yeah.
There's almost that same level of I don't even know what to call it, but that's it. It feels cultish, or when you see people getting so worked up.
Yeah.
It's like, I get it. If you're a gay kid that's going through life getting beat up for being gay,
Exactly.
that's
not cool.
bullshit on every level, and I hope those kids are punished with the full extent of the law.
100%.
Not the kids being bullied. The bullies.
Yeah, the bullies. I know
Nobody
exactly what you're
likes
saying.
the bullies, right?
Yeah.
We all agree on that. But it doesn't mean you get to they just came out and announced that that Riley Gaines, I believe, was her name. So the Kentucky swimmer going against Leah Thomas and his giant dick. And she was suing. She was speaking at one of the Northern California universities, Berkeley maybe, or University of San Francisco, something, and trying to give a speech on women in sports and how that safe space needs to be protected too, blah, blah, blah. And the people that came after her, the trans rights or human rights, the chanting that shit, that locked her in a room for a couple hours. She was complaining she was held hostage. They hit her. Those were the bullies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something you got a mob versus one. Kind
Right.
of a bully situation.
Kind of a bully situation. And it's hysterical to me that people don't see that. Like, okay, when you had mobs of people going after a gay kid to beat him up and bully him and chant him down, we could all agree that's abhorrent behavior. It's horrible on every level.
Yeah.
How do you not see? Just because the bullies are hiding under the trans flag.
But even if the bullies have like a less than popular opinion, like it would make them a minority being a gay person or something like that. Like,
Right.
sure. But when you got like a gang of them going up against one person, you're the bully.
A woman at that point, too. The bill also gives parents or guardians the right to file a lawsuit if the flag prohibition is breached by the schools. However, prior to filing an action, the parent or guardian must first provide written notice of the violation, the alleged violation, that violation of this amendment to the LEA, I'm assuming that's school district, or public charter school, and allow the LEA or public charter school 10 days to remedy a violation. Why do you need 10 days?
Isn't that 10 days to get that flag out of your classroom?
Yeah, isn't that a quick phone call to the school and just be like, yeah, your history fucking teacher in 3B is waving a giant pride flag over all over class.
Biggest one I've ever seen.
Yeah, can we get that fucking thing out of there? It's got dildos hanging off and everything. Do we need this? I thought we went through all this. So why do we need 10 days? Quick phone call, 30 seconds, in and out, done. If not, they're going to sue you. They're going to fucking sue you.
Well, now they got the right to. Good.
And I've felt like this for a long time. And the reason I started going down this road, I was trying to find examples of other flags. I wasn't specifically hunting for pride flags.
Yeah.
I was thinking thin blue line, right?
Yeah.
For support of cops. Like, that's a politicized flag in a lot of respects to a lot of people. Hang it from your fucking porch all day long.
I love the thin blue line flag because usually it's also next to a Cranston flag, or it's like one of those things where it's like on the back of a truck, like "come and take my guns" type thing. But then they'll have the thin blue line, like, "Hey, buddy, when the government says no guns, who's going to come take those guns?"
Yeah,
the blue line.
The thin blue line.
Sorry, dude.
And I love the thin blue line. I have lots of friends that are cops.
I do support cops.
Cops. I support them completely, and anybody that's listened to the show for any period of time knows that.
Yeah.
But
50-50 for me.
What, supporting them?
Support. Yeah, I support good cops. I like seeing good cop stories, but also to me, I feel like a cop would take his paycheck over like what's actually real. Like, if they made it illegal, like to wear a green shirt, and I was out wearing a green shirt, it could be the most ridiculous law.
Yeah,
the cops can enforce it to save his own ass rather than enforce what's right.
Yeah, there's truth to that.
There's a lot of cops like that,
and you got to remember you're young too.
Yeah,
like when I was your age, I probably had shitty attitudes.
I'm young. I got long hair, tattoos. I get looked at a lot.
You're way further down the road as far as like getting it than I certainly was at your age.
I'm not one of those like I'm not rolling my window down. I won't open my door. Fuck you, cop.
No,
like,
no,
you won't see me on Code Blue Cam or something.
No.
I'm totally respectful of them.
Yeah. But the fact is, there's a lot of flags, and everybody wants to show their representation and pride, not in a joking way, but pride in whatever they're into.
Yeah.
So whether that's thin blue line or militia flags or "Don't tread on me" flags, the Cranston flag, whatever. Like, no, have that. Wave it proudly on your porch. That's fine.
Our
in the
office
classroom,
has a trans flag and a Cranston next to each other.
What's that?
Our office has a Cranston and a trans flag right next to each other.
In your house.
Yeah, it's funny.
Of course. Yeah, and that's just fine. No one has a problem with that. And if they did, they're the asshole.
Oh, yeah.
But here it's like, if you want to put the Michigan flag with the deers on it in the courthouse and in the schools, great. Of course.
You're in Michigan.
You're in Michigan. You should be proud of that. This is your state.
We're all here.
It actually means something as far as like separating or not forgetting that states have rights.
You're no longer in fucking Ohio.
Yeah, well, it also means that very specifically that this wasn't just a country of 50 states at one point.
Yep.
Texas was its own country. It wasn't a proper.
It was 13
country.
Commonwealths, right?
Yeah, and colonies.
Yep.
It's been all sorts of things. And so the personal state flags all represent like, hey, never forget, we're Michigan. We have a say in what goes on in our states and what kind of laws and rules are going to be passed. And it doesn't mean the federal government gets to just rule over all of us however they see fit, that we still have rights. And so there should be pride in your state flag and in the U.S. flag. That's great. No problem with that. And so I was like, well, what other flag examples are there? And I'm trying to think. I'm like, thin blue line, don't tread on me. I know the militias all got flags.
Yep.
And then it was like, oh, the Gilbert pride flag. And I was like, the Gilbert pride flag? The fuck is the Gilbert pride flag? Well, that's the original, created by, it's the 6-colored rainbow flag, widely used to represent the alphabet community, designed by activist, veteran, and drag queen. Don't forget drag queen, very important. Gilbert Baker made its debut at the San Francisco Gay and Lesbo Freedom Day Parade in 1978. That was the birth of it. He was
classic.
He was inspired by, do you know where your flag comes from?
No.
Okay, the Rolling Stones song, She's a Rainbow. Great song.
Yeah.
But he was inspired by that, assigning each color with a specific meaning. And it used to be, unlike the one we know of today, the rainbow pride flag.
Yeah, the regular Roy G. Biv.
It used to have a pink stripe at the top. The what did you call it?
The Roy G. Biv, man. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet.
Yeah, there you go. Pink meant sex. That was later removed.
Fair enough.
Red, do you know what red means?
Blood.
No.
Oh.
Life. Okay. You don't even know what these fucking things
I'm a terrible
represent.
gay.
You are a horrible gay. You're the worst
that doesn't
gay
mean
ever.
I looked up every little
Are you
aspect.
sure you're gay?
100%.
Okay. Orange?
Fire.
Healing.
Flamers. Damn it.
Flamers would have been.
I
Yellow?
Flamers. Happiness.
Sunlight.
Gay. That's kind of close.
Close. Green?
I got nothing.
Nature.
Okay.
Come on.
Why is nature in the game?
Worst? I don't know. You
Go
tell
against
me.
nature. That's being gay, right?
Turquoise, which was later removed, was for?
Spit. I don't know, man. What are they doing to each other? I got nothing.
It's not a bad guess, so I'm not going to trash you for that.
You started with sex, so I'm like, where are we going with this?
Yeah, magic. So I don't know. Do you gays have a lot of like magic powers?
I'll
that
tell you
we're
when I
not
figure
aware
out
of?
some spells, man.
Okay. Indigo. meant serenity, and violet meant spirit.
Okay.
The 6-color pride flag is let's see, it was he was trying to hang his Gilbert Pride flag along a gay pride parade route and wanted to split his now iconic flag colors between lampposts. He dropped the turquoise stripe to have a flag that could be symmetrically split. By the 80s, the rainbow flag was being mass produced, normally flown with a red stripe on top, and has been a lasting symbol of acceptance, community, diversity, and love. I'm going to change that really quick, if you don't mind, to what it really is. It's a lasting symbol of acceptance, community, diversity, and love, as long as you agree with all of our demands.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a good addition.
Yeah.
I was actually about to say, it looks like they got 1/3 of a Red Hot Chili Peppers album. They took out the other 2/3 because they took out Sex and Magic.
Oh, Blood Sugar.
Yep.
Yeah, we could have had Blood Sugar. And you thought Blood. You guessed it.
I did.
And then we've got an updated version. We've got the Progress Pride flag. So this shows you these people are never satisfied with the flag amounts. And so if they had their way and their druthers, these would all be hanging in your schools.
Yeah.
And some fucking whack job teachers probably have all of these hanging in their schools.
They're collecting them like Pokemon cards.
So this was designed by Daniel Quasar in 2018 in response to the need for a more inclusive symbol. So the all-inclusive one wasn't inclusive enough, so we need to keep
more
adding it. Yes. Then we've got the Philadelphia Pride flag, another variation. In addition to the 6 colors of the rainbow, the Philly Pride flag also features black and brown stripes to represent
black and brown people?
Yeah, the people
because that's a sexuality.
Yeah, because that is a sexuality, exactly.
I identify as black, going back to the first story.
There are times when I'm in the bed and I'm getting it on and I feel black and brown as shit. I mean, I really do.
You just turn it shit.
My groove's different. It's
Come
a
here,
whole
baby.
lot of shit. Hell yeah, bitch, shit.
Sorry ass motherfucker got nothing on me, right? Nothing.
Damn right. Holy shit, I'm feeling like a Philadelphia Pride flag right up in here now.
Sure you can have my number, baby.
Yeah, specifically for him. So that he could, when he's in bed with Big Mike.
Yep.
What up, Big Mike?
The Obama Pride flag.
Yeah, the Obama one. The non-binary flag.
Because you identify as nothing somehow.
Yes. Includes those whose gender identity is not exclusively male or female, created in 2014 by a non-binary activist.
I would have never guessed.
Flag features yellow, white, purple, and black. The yellow represents gender outside the binary. White represents those who identify with multiple genders. Purple represents a combination of masculinity and femininity. It's the yin and the yang of flags, if you will.
It's everything and nothing at once.
And black,
that makes sense.
On this flag, black represents those who identify as agender, so people without a gender. So those that's not that's not mental illness. They're not male or female. They have none of it.
They're the X's. They're the ones with the X on their license.
Oh, are they? Yeah. You're right.
I'm nothing.
We've got the bisexual pride flag because they didn't feel included in the other pride flags.
Yeah.
So if they like eating box and sucking dick, they're not represented.
No.
So
you gotta have your own flag.
Got to have our own flag, designed in '98 by Michael Page.
Your own flag for your own fag.
Exactly.
That's the campaign I'm going on.
That's not bad.
Every fag needs a flag.
Every fag gets a flag. I like it. So Michael Page, this was a symbol of those in the gay community who were attracted to more than one gender. So both genders.
Yeah, we got $2 super chat, by the way, by my dad, actually. Everything is fake and gay.
Everything is
This
fake
is how my
gay.
parents are going to start giving me allowance.
Yeah, this is a new allowance. I'll just give it to Garrett. So just keep tip. It's a tip jar.
Keep throwing mine in. We love it.
You can write in as well. Super chats. They're very easy. And,
and I'll read them.
Yeah, and Garrett reads them. So keep the comments coming.
Relevant or not, if it's a super chat, I got to read it.
You got to read it. Even if it shits on me.
Yeah.
Even if it shits on you.
Shit on Mike, shit on me, shit on you.
Exactly. So they then noticed, after the bisexual pride flag, there was nothing. We were noticing a lack, basically, in society of a universally recognized lesbo pride flag.
They needed their own one.
So Emily Gwynn was like, I'm on it. I've got it. The lesbian pride flag in 2018 features 7 shades of pink, orange, and red, and white in the middle. Pink and red represent love and attraction to women.
I feel like the regular gay flag would have worked, but okay.
I do too. I feel like a number of those flags would have worked, but all right, here we are. Here we are. Got to get everybody squoze into this box. The orange represents community. Again, community as long as you believe
Why wasn't community?
exactly
I thought orange meant flaming or whatever I said.
Creamsicle. It did in the other one. Yeah, flaming or...
So it's different in this one.
It's different, yeah.
I was getting confusing.
The white represents intersexuality in this one.
Okay, so that's the same as agender, right? Or the non-binary flag.
Wait, intersexuality is the same as agender?
Is it? Or is it just the...
No, you said it. I don't...
That's what I thought. I thought it was like your ability to be whatever sex you want to be.
Okay. Well, the lesbian pride flag comes out, and then the homos, the gay dudes were like,
we need one too.
Excuse me, where's our flag? As the rainbow flag shifted to represent the whole alphabet mafia community as a whole, there became a need to create a new flag just for gay men. Did there really become a need?
No.
Seems like it was all encompassed.
I feel like the rainbow still covered all of it.
Yeah. Though it faced controversy at first with accusations that it was, of course, transphobic and that it copied the lesbian flag. So
was the lesbian flag transphobic too?
Yeah, it would have been probably. I don't know. They didn't bitch at first, but then the gay dudes were like, we need our own flag. So it features 5 colors, green to white to purple. Green and turquoise represent community and healing. White, gender nonconforming.
I thought community healing was orange and yellow.
It was in the happiness. Other flag. Stay. You gotta keep up.
This is hard.
Those are the other flags.
I'm just one homo, man. I don't know how to handle all this.
Yeah, it's a lot. Well, it's your party. Get your fucking team in check, dude. They're out of control.
I gotta go to the store and buy a lot of flags.
We've also got the leather pride flag, which looks like the thin blue line flag of cops with a heart in the upper left corner. There's the leather pride flag. A black stripe represents dedication to discipline and self-control. I'm not seeing like a lot of self-control in the gay dudes.
Usually
in
the leather guys too, especially.
Yeah, it seems
they're
like
the ones going the hardest in the paint.
Yeah,
them and the BDSM flag guys.
Like wherever they are,
they're usually going hard in the paint.
Yeah, hard in the paint.
Oh, literally.
Yeah. I don't think of them as like super self-controlled guys. Like, no, this is inappropriate. Not in this fucking
they're controlling
filthy
the
bathroom. They're what?
They're controlling the gimp.
True, exactly. The intersex flag. What's intersex?
I want to say intersex is just the people who go back and forth between male and female, right?
So this is in response to a lack of visibility and understanding of those who do not conform to the standard gender binary. Flag circle represents wholeness. The yellow background represents gender neutrality. Purple represents the diversity of intersex people. And then, of course, the asexual fuckers were like, no, we need our own flag.
Yep.
So they have one that's black, gray, white, and purple. And then the demisexual pride flag, and that's, let's see. Demisexuals only experience sexual attraction after forming a strong emotional bond with another person.
So they're just like classic Christians.
I was just going to say
I'm married.
Yeah, I wait till I'm married to fuck.
We're a group of people who don't like Christianity, man.
So a lot of you just Christian couples out there need to start flying the demisexual pride flag.
Yep.
Because that represents you. You got to wait for, you're not just like, that chick's kind of cute. Just go
put it up
fuck
next
her
to your
or
cross.
whatever.
Ask Jesus for forgiveness later.
Exactly. Then there's the gray sexual pride flag. We won't get into all that. The pansexual flag.
That's just basically being bi with extra steps.
Okay. Abrosexual flag.
I don't know what abro is.
That is meant to represent those who have fluid sexual orientation and those whose sexual orientation might shift over time.
So non-binary?
Yeah, and they might change their mind.
Intersex?
Yeah. The polysexual pride flag, the drag feather pride flag. At least they went out of their way. They've got like
an eagle on it.
Yeah, that looks like the Trans Am eagle from the 80s.
It does.
You know, on the hood of cars.
That looks like the hood of a Trans Am.
Does it have a touch of Nazism too?
Little bit. Actually, you know what? If you just kind of like the triangles in there, if you just kind of make those in the bars that go like L shapes, straight up swastika.
Yeah, there's a touch of swastika.
You could easily make it a swastika.
And
give me an eraser for like 5 seconds.
If I'm being completely honest with you, because the swastika did not always represent Nazi shit. It was very popular
it was
in Indian
Hindu
cultures.
I actually did a lot of research on Buddhism during my
Hindu
separation from the military.
as well. I know in the
Hindu
Indian
too.
culture, it's a fucking dope flag. Yeah. It's too bad the Nazis
it's actually
ruined
a symbol
it.
for peace.
Yeah, it's a symbol for peace, and it's a sick ass symbol. It really is. You can't.
It is fucking
It doesn't mean you support it.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you see that Nazi, swastika,
Yep.
It's like,
and to be fair,
it was meant to be on a flag.
The peace symbol was the straight up one. The Nazis just kind of gave it a 45
little
degree
turn.
shift.
Yeah, made it their own, you know, which a lot of people do. The drag feather pride flag is a symbol of the drag community designed by Sean Campbell. Features a golden phoenix. Oh, it's not an eagle, it's a phoenix. Meant to represent rebirth and the fiery passions that the drag community faced in the early years of the AIDS epidemic. Now, why would the drag queens be dealing with the AIDS epidemic?
Because Fauci said so. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I know the gay struggled with that.
Yeah.
AIDS hit the gay community really hard, which is why all the commercials for AIDS drugs are targeted towards the gay community when you see those all over TV.
No, they're all over the gay dating apps, trust me.
Oh, yeah. Are they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Garrett's got it up now if you're wondering what the drag feather
Trans
pride
Am
flag
logo
said. I thought drag was just normal people that wanted to dress in drag.
Like, because there's straight people who do drag, too. It's just people who do drag.
Yeah.
I don't know why they need a whole pride flag or identity identifier.
I don't know why they had to face
I feel like having a
AIDS
full
epidemic.
beard and lipstick identifies you enough.
Yeah.
I can tell you're drag.
Yeah. And then we've got the transgender pride flag, the bigender pride flag, the gender flux pride flag, the demoboy pride flag, the aromantic pride flag. Do you see how far these go? The maverick pride flag, the gender queer pride flag, and then the ally pride flag. And I'm sorry, the more you keep going down all this look at me nonsense that you keep shoving in classrooms and people's faces, you're going to lose all members of that ally flag.
Yeah.
That's my fear, because I'm as open and ally-ish to people as I can be.
Well,
I really am. And they piss me off so much. They're losing me as an ally. I love my gay friends.
I'm surprised they didn't include the straight pride flag.
The what?
The straight pride flag. It's black and orange. Just because that's the Pornhub logo.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's a real thing. It became the straight pride flag, and it was a whole movement for a while.
Straight pride flag, and you said it's what colors?
It's black and orange.
Black and orange.
Pulling it up now.
All right, let me see. What's it meant to represent? What is the point to it? Is it a joke or?
It was a joke. Just because they had so many different pride flags. Oh, it looks like Google does not want to pull up an image of the straight pride flag.
Oh, well, that's
I just Googled straight pride flag, and
sounds a little phobic.
They got something else. I got LGBT flag stickers, but they're giving me like this.
Oh, what is that?
It was not that.
The man and woman?
Yep, this is apparently the straight pride flag now. Oh, well, they changed it. It used to be black and orange.
Oh, there's a
good one for
swastika. What is that? That's a pride.
That is the gay Nazi flag. With the Jewish stars.
A Jewish stars.
It's a Confederate.
It's a Confederate flag design with the pride flag, rainbows, and swastika in the middle. Star Davids.
That is the...
And the Pentagon, or the pentagram.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. They're upside down stars.
Yeah. Hilarious.
Somebody just made the most offensive flag possible.
Does this bother you at all, Garrett?
Not at all.
All these flags?
It bothers me. There's
shit?
So many I have to learn. So it's like, it doesn't bother me in a sense if they don't fucking talk about the flags and some, faggot out in the boonies just wants to hang whatever flag he wants in his house. Cool.
Yeah.
But like, if they're going to start coming at us with this shit, I don't expect me to learn this. Because even as a gay guy who's been, open since 2016, right? Yeah. I've got almost...
How old were you then?
18.
18,
yeah.
Okay.
So it's like I've been open since basically I was an adult.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where it's like, even, going so many years as an adult life as a gay guy, right? It's like, I don't know what any of this means. I can't keep up with it. It changes so often.
Yeah.
So I don't want them to force it on people. That's where I have a lot of problems.
Yeah. That's kind of where I get off too. Not get off, but that's where I leave the, where I'm like, you know what? I think you're leaving me behind.
Yeah.
With the judgy, pushy. And that's why it's like, this overwhelming need to talk about how inclusive you are and how welcoming and loving and blah blah blah. It's like, you know what I'm seeing a lot of violence and a lot of hatred and a lot of really shitty behavior from a lot of this stuff. And it's like,
a lot of times it's the gaze towards everyone else.
And it's the injustices that you view that are not injustices. Like, storming out of a Senate hearing because someone said, yes, sir.
Yeah.
And clearly, I'm not going to, I get it. Why you might take issue with that, but you gotta fucking grow up.
Exactly. You're a grown-ass woman, and you're a senator. Like you're passing laws and bills and trying to do things that are going to control your constituents' lives.
Can nobody be the adult in the room?
Yeah. And somebody just speak up and be like, "Hey, I don't think they really like that you called them, sir." Just I guarantee you that woman would just be like, "Oh, I'm sorry about that."
Yeah. Go have a conversation afterwards. And then if someone asks you, you go, you know what? We had a really nice conversation in her office. She assured me, as I was willing to give her the benefit of the doubt, that it was an accident. She certainly didn't even think about it or mean anything by it. And I believe her. She's never done anything to me that would say otherwise. And so as a good human being, I want to give someone the benefit of the doubt that I would hope that they would give me and move on. We don't have to make it a fucking, a federal case. That's where it's so disingenuous to me. And it's like, no, this is bullshit. Yeah. This is bullshit. You're playing a giant game of gotcha with everybody. And it's like, you're going to make me avoid you fucking people for fear that no matter what, I'm going to step in it. I'm a vocal, opinionated asshole who's going to step in it from time to time.
And that's what's going to happen with a lot of people.
A lot of people. If you lose me, I can only imagine the amount of people that were already like trying to be accepting and trying to be like see something for the first time maybe. Look, if you lose me, you're going to lose a lot of fucking people, and that's not good.
They're losing me, and I'm in the community.
I know.
Like, that's how you know it's a problem. When the gay people like me, and even Marina, probably couldn't tell you what half those flags were or what they meant.
Yeah.
It's like people who are in the community and living the lifestyle don't even know what the fuck's going on. Then you expect us to learn it because, we're gay. We have to learn these things, I guess.
Right, yeah.
How do you expect it, Joe Blow, who's got, a 12-hour shift to go to today. Like, you don't expect him to learn this shit. He's got too much. He's got other things going on.
Yeah.
You give him the one pride flag, be like, hey, we're gay. Here's our flag. And he just goes, okay, cool.
Yeah. And you can't hold him to some
you can't hold
newly enacted, arbitrary laws that were invented since 2018 and expect that any of these people can keep up, follow along, or get it's the ego to think that anybody gives a shit about something that you give a shit about as much as you do. Like, I get it. When something hits you and your family, it becomes all encompassing.
Exactly.
Cancer diagnosis.
Yeah.
But you can't expect that everybody else's life isn't just going about its life. If something serious happens to you personally, it's kind of the way we're hardwired.
Yeah. And that's something I always keep in my head is that everybody I interact with in the day has their own life. They have their own problems. They have their own struggles and troubles. And some people don't have problems. Some people are living right. Even those people got some problems.
They got some problems, trust me.
It's one of those things where it's like they could be living the best life ever, but they have their own life. And I can't expect them to accept my life because I can't accept their life.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know what it's like to live like a millionaire because I'm not a millionaire. So when somebody's like, well, why aren't you living like a millionaire?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe because I'm not one.
I'm not one. I can't.
You want me to put no elbows on the table? How the fuck do I do that?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So
you want me to put on a three-piece suit and stay awake during the Nutcracker next time? It's not me. It's not my life.
By the way, this is going. I thought this story was going a different way because there was a cop that was suing the city because he wants to change his race on their records, and I was like, oh, okay.
Ooh, is he doing the identifying as black?
That's what I thought at first, and I thought he was fucking with it in a way where it's like, you got to be careful how you go about these things when you can just change stuff.
Yeah.
But no, his story's a little different.
Probably mixed.
Well, sort of. So he's a Chicago cop. He's suing to change his race from white on official records after the department started allowing cops to change their gender identity. So he saw that as a way in. And that's why I was like, oh, he's fucking around. He's fucking with a loophole in the system.
It kind of sounds like somebody like the teacher in Canada with the triple Z tits or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Or the guy that was just like, oh, okay, so we're allowing men who claim to be women into weightlifting competitions. Great. And he went in and said, I'm a woman. There was nothing they could do. And he smashed all the world records and walked out laughing. Made an absolute joke of the competition. This guy, Mohammed Yusuf, and I was like, ooh, doesn't sound like a white guy.
Nope.
He filed a federal civil rights lawsuit last week saying he wants to change his race on police records from Caucasian because he currently identifies as Egyptian and African American.
Yeah, Egypt is in Africa.
Yusuf wishes to correct the racial designation listed on his police personnel file, which currently indicates he's Caucasian, to accurately reflect his race as North African. The police department's like, fuck off, Yusuf, get out of here. No. The veteran cop claims back in 2004, when he joined the force, police records provided limited selections for race. I remember those.
Yeah.
Where it was just Caucasian, Hispanic, and
I was about
black.
to say, usually when you're taking tests in school, it was always, African American, Hispanic,
white.
not otherwise specified, white.
And then other.
Yeah, and then other.
Other was a box, too. Yep. Yeah, they didn't have Asian.
No, they never had Asian. Just white.
So he chose Caucasian. But now there are more options. Yusuf even provided his 23andMe results to prove his ethnicity, but the police were still like, fuck off, Muhammad.
Man's got paperwork.
He does. He's bringing receipts, no doubt about it. The lawsuit accuses the department of having a double standard, noting that officers are allowed to change their gender on official records, while other CPD officers are afforded the opportunity to have their gender identity corrected to match their lived experience. Officer Yusuf and others in similar positions are barred from obtaining accurate racial designations that align with their racial identity. One of the main issues, and this is where it gets a little interesting, one of the main issues is that Yusuf claims his career has suffered because he's identified as white.
I'd say so, especially in today's day and age, being a white cop.
Oh, yeah.
White cops are fucking devils and white people.
Yeah, it's true.
Yep.
It's fair.
He said it.
So despite the department claiming to have race-neutral and merit-based promotion systems, Yusuf's like, yeah, sure it is. He's repeatedly bypassed for promotions in favor of less qualified black officers.
DEI hires, especially in Chicago.
Yeah, with disciplinary issues, too. So they're kind of dickheads, too.
When Mayor Beetlejuice was in charge, his only blacks getting promoted.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. God, that nightmare of a woman.
Like oh,
yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Yusuf has that fucking ghoulish twat. Ugh. Yusuf has not obtained a promotion to sergeant that he wanted, despite scoring in the first promotional tier on the sergeant's exam back in 2019. His attorney said, I think the city of Chicago was on the right track when they allowed people to change their gender identity and allowed them to identify as the proper gender. But then when it comes to race, it's just very arbitrary. Look, if I'm him, I want to identify as black, female, gay, anything.
Yeah,
but
I'm
white.
about to say, like, I want to be a gay black woman as fast as possible.
Yeah. You ain't moving up anywhere as a shitty white male. No. You're just not.
No, even a gay white man. I'm not moving up very far.
No, dude, you only get half credit now. Yeah. You guys used to get so much fucking clout.
Used to be cool
credit.
Shit.
It was cool as shit. Now, dude, I'm seeing it. They're like, sort of.
Yep.
Gay white men.
Yeah, still white.
Sort
Had
of.
privilege growing up. He's rich.
Yeah. I mean, you're doing everything you can to stay in the loop.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking living with a trans woman. I mean, dude, you're doing your part to stay relevant, but that's not easy. They're trying to boot you out of the privilege circle.
Oh.
They are. I mean, they're absolutely saying, like, yeah, gay men, just that's it.
It's not quite DEI enough.
Yeah,
see,
not quite DEI.
We got a trans black over here. That's what we need.
Yeah, just being gay isn't enough anymore to be on the team.
Damn.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Well, I can't identify the flags either, so I'm not doing good at my job.
Boy, this next story, this would be really difficult for you. I didn't even think about that till right now when I'm talking to you.
Uh-oh. I'm excited.
This would be a problem for you.
All right.
And this chick's just got to talk about needing to be deleted. I think this girl, it's just like, you know what? It didn't work out for you.
Yeah.
It didn't work out. Sometimes God's just like, I don't know if he's jacking off while he's creating this one or what. Something happened and you're broken. And it's like, what are we going to do? A woman has
been. Send to Iceland.
What's that?
Send him to Iceland.
There you go. Well, this woman has opened up about what it's like to have an allergy to semen. Yeah, I told you.
I do have a problem with this story.
Yeah, this story sucks for you. Revealing it not only causes her serious pain and discomfort, also takes a serious toll on her sex life. So she's a bummer in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got to go. And I noticed they've got all these, her back.
So it's like rash. You can't even like.
It's like, yeah.
So it looks like somebody pulled out and finished on her back.
Finished on her back a lot. Rash. A lot.
That motherfucker's got some loads in him.
Yeah, he does. So she's got green hair. So immediately I'm like,
okay.
One of these.
Probably smells like someone with green hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine it.
And just has what looks like load. This guy literally covered every inch of her back. And
are we sure it was one guy?
No, not. Well, she kind of claims that. Her name's Allison Tennyson. Finds it incredibly difficult to have sex with the allergy. Well, why would sex be hard? Until he nuts.
Yeah, just pull out.
Just pull out. I mean, you're not allergic to dick.
Yeah.
You're not allergic to penetration. You're allergic to semen. So is it, I would think as long as he pulls out and runs into the other room or something, you'd be fine.
Yeah.
But it sounds like to me she just wants to get out.
It sounds like he just needs to shoot over there.
Yeah, fire a load over there. Just keep it away from me.
Oh, she's a problem.
Yeah.
Actually, she's gay, I think.
Is she?
I see a gay flag. I found her Instagram.
Oh, my God. There she is.
Yep,
oh yeah,
that is definitely her. With there's green hair right down here. There you go.
Yeah. That's her.
Look,
all right.
things that can flare up on my pot symptoms.
Wait a minute. So Allison here from Minneapolis, Minnesota, shared that she's worried she may not be able to conceive one day. It hurts to have sex. My partner doesn't want it. It's not appealing to be hurting your partner during sex. So I'm assuming she's with a guy, right?
Yeah, I think it's a guy. I think that might be him right there. You're in these are all just TikTok reposts. That's what these fucking assholes do all day. They just repost whatever they put on TikTok all day.
What do you mean?
These are all from TikTok, but it's on our Instagram.
So it's on our Instagram.
Yeah, this is just
yeah. And mine does that automatically. My Facebook automatically uploads.
Yeah, Facebook and Instagram are the same company. But these people like save their TikToks and then post them again on their Instagram. Say follow me on TikTok.
Got you. Now, why does she have 90,000 followers?
Oh, I'm gonna assume it's got something to do with micro cat machines or
no,
something.
No, that wouldn't get you 90,000.
She's got to be just an influencer.
Yeah, of some sort.
Yep.
So I don't know if I believe this story anymore, unless it's just the fact that she hates cum, and that's why she's got 90,000 followers.
It sounds like she has a different like illness. Like here's POTS, and then it's like down here it'll be like signs of hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome that I experienced as a teenager. That's what this is?
That's part of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Fuck, I usually keep that in the story, and I deleted it this time.
5 signs that you should be using a mobility aid. It's okay to use mobility aid.
Okay, what's a mobility aid?
I think I just did something that aids you in mobility.
Okay, like a little go-kart thing?
I can click on the video, see what happens.
No, please don't.
Okay.
Yeah, do you want to hear her talk?
I can try.
I mean, we can play a second of her.
Should we figure out what a mobility aid is, or?
Sure. It's got to be like a wheelchair of some sort.
Yeah. It should be right.
Is this bitch saying semen puts her in a wheelchair?
Maybe.
All right. It's okay to use mobility aids. Use it to live your life to the fullest.
Number 1, you're avoiding leaving your house because it causes you extra pain, fatigue, and or sickness. If you're not getting out and doing things because you're afraid of being in more pain or more fatigued or feeling more sick, then you should just use a mobility aid.
She just sounds like she has a bunch of illnesses that she puts on her social media to get attention.
Yeah.
Because as I scroll more, it just seems like, okay, mobility aids. Now we got the POTS syndrome.
Oh, my God.
10 daily reminders for the chronically ill.
Holy shit.
She's just an attention whore.
A bummer.
Yeah.
Total bummer.
This chick's whole account is just
she's a total bummer.
Oh, here we go. Sometimes I poop in my pants.
Oh, okay, cool. Can we hear that?
Yeah, let's hear it.
So I pooped in my pants last night. Yes, you heard me right. I pooped in my pants last night. Unfortunately, that is something that happens to me from time to time.
That depends on how much I drank.
Probably more often than I'd like to admit. I trusted a fart that I shouldn't have. That's the honest truth about it.
So you sharted.
Sometimes
That just happens to grown men all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know how many times
she's an attention whore?
Yeah, 100%. That's how she got 90,000 followers.
Yeah, she can't be a actual whore because cum makes her itch and burn.
Yeah.
Using how do you say that word? Condoms is not an option for her.
Obviously.
Because she's also allergic to that.
Latex.
We're not intimate enough because of the allergies. I don't want to burn, and he doesn't want to make me cry. It's really hard. It's hard to be intimate because it's not comfortable, and I can't use condoms.
A Jimmy.
God, a Jimmy, yeah. That word is so hard. I don't know what that is.
I get it.
It kills me. She also, if that wasn't a big enough pain in the ass, she also suffers from a blood clotting disorder and was tested for 160 allergens with only a few coming back positive, including nickel and penicillin. So nickels. She can't have nickels in her pocket. It's going to make her burn too.
Anything with nickel on it?
Having a cum allergy is a rare condition where a reaction to the proteins found in men's cum causes the burning-like sensations. Now she feels like time is running out to get pregnant. I don't know that I want this one reproducing, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's better off she doesn't.
Yeah, it's probably best.
It sounds like maybe
don't
if you have
either.
And I'm not even saying this as a mean thing, like she's a bad person. I'm saying more so like if you have a billion illnesses, don't pass those to your kid. Sounds like they're very susceptible to some shit.
Yeah, and shit that the rest of the world probably doesn't want to deal with.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you never shut up about them.
No, it seems like she got 90,000 followers just talking about them every day.
Yeah. I don't know how I can even have a baby. I don't even know how that would work. Like, would my body just reject semen completely? I also have a blood clotting disorder, so pregnancy is really risky for me. Don't take the risk.
No,
don't take the risk. I would let the gene pool end with you. My partner and I have done our due diligence with my doctor to make sure I would survive pregnancy and all that. In addition to her cum allergy, also Allison is also wary about any risks involved if she were to land pregnant. We've considered it. We just don't know yet. I've always wanted one, but then I'd be fine if I didn't have a baby. We're going back and forth. But it would be pretty heartbreaking if I didn't have a...
Probably just better you don't have a baby.
Yeah, I think it's way better.
Honestly, yeah, just don't. You're good.
Yeah. Maybe we should look her up and maybe call her. She's probably someone that would talk.
Yeah, it's possible. She likes to talk a lot.
I'll set that aside. Maybe we can give her a call.
To the astronophile.
Yeah, because I'm confused. Like, it sounds like you're also allergic to penetration.
Yeah.
Which is very confusing. Like, cum is one thing. It's like,
penicillin, anything with pen in the name.
Yeah, anything with penis in the name.
Yep.
She can't, and it's like, intercourse is really painful. It's like, why is that part painful? He's not coming the whole time.
No. And he doesn't have to wear a Jimmy the whole time.
Exactly. Yeah, let's maybe give her a buzz. See if we can find her. I'll look that up after the show.
Sounds good.
Why don't we do a couple of emails, and then we have food coming over.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah.
The backcourt ad read depends on this meal.
Yeah. Here, you want to do it real quick while I'm going through this? There you go. Yeah, Forey's excited to meet you. And he's bringing his dog over, Shiloh.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
All right. This part of the show is brought to you by the Backcourt Restaurant in Clarkston. Located in the Deer Lake Athletic Club, the Backcourt combines first-class service with a relaxed, friendly atmosphere and a chef-inspired menu. They have daily dinner specials throughout the week, live music on Friday nights, and... Man, this is rote and weird. Live music on Friday nights, and on Fridays and Saturdays, the best prime rib in town. Man, I'm reading it like E today.
That's all right.
I'm excited for the food. My mouth's watering a little bit. So next time you're heading out for dinner or drink, stop by the Backcourt Restaurant in Clarkston. Call them at 248-625-8686 or visit DeerLakeAthleticClub.com.
Very good. Thank you. All right, let's do a couple emails, and then we'll shut it down for today. We'll go enjoy some food.
Actually, before we get the emails.
Yeah, what do you got?
Just going through the comments right here, Lynn B said, that sounds like the lady had to live with her neighbors because her family and house was making her sick.
Oh, yeah. You know what I thought?
That lady.
Do you remember that story?
Yep.
Yeah,
She had to go live at the neighbor's house because she thought her husband was allergic to her husband or something.
Yeah.
Like we all are.
Like, get him, just drop the food off and fuck off.
Yep.
And you just like slide a tray.
Like
if anyone
right
got
like a little
to her.
slot.
Yeah, she'd taken over the master bedroom and everything. And she's just in there watching Netflix all day, just getting shit delivered to her. And it was like, yeah, I wanted a fucking hole drilled in that wall. Just stick a dick through it and make her perform that duty. That's what I thought was reasonable. But yeah, she commandeered the neighbor's house. That's a good one, Lynn. I remember that.
Yep.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's about it for the relevant ones. The rest of them were just complaining that they got an ad in the middle of our show.
They did?
Actually, I did skip over one. Yeah, some people got an ad in the middle of our live show and they're talking about it.
Huh.
Yep.
I wonder what that's about.
I don't know, but hey, I mean,
they don't usually put ads on our shows.
Yeah, not live shows especially.
No, they don't
they're
trust
loosening
what we're
up.
saying. I doubt it.
No, they're not.
What were you going to say?
There's another one that popped up that said, no problem with Garrett, but how long until the new homo smell wears off the show? Well, that's when Raj comes in here and we add another smell.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that'll
mostly
be...
curry and shit.
Curry and shit is exactly right. So I got to call him later today, too. Thank you for reminding me.
All right.
The fucktard is email one. Get your ass to China, E-tard. Yeah. I understand that when he's talking about free houses for everybody. Let's just... Yeah, he's
not going to work like that.
Full-on socialism.
That's what I said. Like,
shit.
you're kind of
Nobody gets $1 more than anybody else. Everybody gets the same. It's just fair.
I know he means like same starting point, but here's the problem. If we all have the same starting point, then the people who make the decisions and how you operate in life know you have that starting point.
Yeah.
So like the Big Mac Pearson's like, I know you got a house, motherfucker. You're not paying rent.
Yeah.
This is going up.
Yeah. Everything's going up.
I know the government gave you $1,000 this month, so give me $500 for this sandwich.
Again, man, road to hell, paved with great intentions. It should be the name of this show because it's the stories we do are constantly combating these fucking morons who think there's a better way to do it. They don't have a better system.
No.
They just hate the one you're doing.
Exactly.
The one that other people created.
Well, their system became the murder capital of the world.
Right, exactly. He's become a giant libtard. It's disgusting to watch a brain rot before your eyes. His was pretty well rotted. before. You know, I mean,
he's always been on the show like that.
Yeah. I know because my mom died of Alzheimer's and my dad has it now. Yeah, I know. It's troubling.
Oh, sorry for that.
He is getting way more woke. I know his brother's responsible for the fucking green movement
the whole
bullshit.
Eco-friendly shit.
Yeah, which, got in his head and it bounces around. And, he thinks he's doing his part. And then when you explain to him that your part is actually way worse for the environment.
Those bags you're buying for Save the Environment bags, they're usually made in some really bad areas with some bad situations and bad materials.
Yep. And I give E credit. E does his part and he does it well.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even bring bags or use bags and he really does. He doesn't use water bottles. He uses the same one. He'd fill it up for 2 straight years. He was doing that here for a long time. I give him credit for that. But he's also got to understand that the vast, vast majority of people, especially Americans, are lazy as fuck, and they get bored with whatever they're doing, whether it's good for them or good for the environment, good for society. It wears off quick. It's that new gay smell shine that guy's talking about.
It's the new gay smell.
It wears off.
Jokes are going to get old eventually, trust me.
And the fact is, I don't give a shit that Garrett's gay. One way or the other. I don't think negatively or positively about it. So as long as Garrett's doing what he's doing right now, Garrett's good in my book.
I just want to make people laugh. I don't care if they like me or not.
Exactly. And they will like you. And they'll, we'll do an event sooner than later, and they'll get a chance to meet you, and they'll fucking adore you.
A lot taller in person.
Yeah, you are. You're taller. Shane Gillis, Mike, if you Google Shane Gillis, Liberty Insurance, emo, cocaine, the skit was taken out, and it should be shown. This could be the funniest skit that has been on Saturday Night Live in the last decade. Again, this was cut, so Google it. Garrett, you're doing it.
I heard that on Drew and Mike, actually. They were talking about it. Yeah, they cut out one of the best skits.
Really?
Said Liberty Insurance. I have not seen it, but I heard about it. I just heard this at work today.
Emu cocaine. Garrett, you're doing a great fucking job from Doug.
I found it right here. Yep, 3 days ago posted. This is it.
All right, we can watch this.
Yeah, I don't want to get hit with the...
Oh, is that the stupid ad before it? Yeah.
And I don't want to get hit with any copyright thing, so don't want to go too far into it, but...
Oh, is it it's an NBC
It's an SNL, NBC.
Well, you guys can all Google it and find it.
We'll watch it after the show.
Yeah, after the show, we'll watch it. We'll check it out. It wouldn't shock me at all if the best skit they had, they didn't...
I guarantee it would probably be the best one, too.
They didn't air. There was plenty of...
Probably the only one he wrote.
Yeah. Drew was texting me today and mentioned something about Shane Gillis. I can't remember. He must have been talking about it on his show. That must be what it was.
Him and Carl were going back and forth about it.
Okay. He was texting me today about Carl, and they were talking about Stuttering John or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's cool.
Now it's all coming full circle. He just texted me a couple
hours
ago.
I'm all in on the Dabbleverse. Your fans are going to learn that quick.
Yeah.
I see them pop up with a couple references here and there.
Really?
Yep.
Right on.
It's big.
I know.
It's funny from the outside.
Yeah. I just don't have time to consume.
I don't blame you. It's a lot.
Fucking a lot.
I'd have to sit here for an hour and explain the entire lore of it to you. It's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. And even Drew will tell you, once you're in, you're stuck.
Yeah. Oh, he's stuck.
Yeah. He said it today on the show. He's like, I'm done. I can't quit it. I'm stuck in the Dabbleverse forever.
Yeah, he is. He definitely is. But that's good. If he's getting off on it,
it's like your soap operas. It's nice.
Yeah, and Drew got into soap operas at one point, so
it's right up his alley.
It is.
That's how I like them. I listen in too because it's kind of like my soap operas realm at work. I'm like, ooh, what are these guys up to today?
Yeah.
What's the gossip in the Dabbleverse?
Hilarious. Your gay is showing again.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's call it a day there, Garrett. We'll be back tomorrow. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your evening, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you all tomorrow.